Pilots are returning to flying thanks to AOPA's You Can Fly Rusty Pilot program. This year, more than 250 Rusty Pilot seminars across the country. 4,700 pilots have attended, and nearly 40% of them have gone on to complete their flight review. That means close to 2,000 pilots back in the air this year after having knocked off the rust. And one of those Rusty pilots is our own Warren Morningstar. And Warren, I understand that after your flight review and several checkouts in several different aircraft, you still wanted more training.
Well, that's right, Tom. You know, instructors have told me, and it's my own personal experience, that, basic stick and rudder skills are never really forgotten and they come back pretty quickly. But in the 6 years that I was out of the cockpit changed considerably. So I wanted some help in getting up to speed in a technically advanced high-performance aircraft, specifically your A-36 Bonanza.
One way to get your chops back is to attend a type-specific seminar. I recently went to a 3-day Bonanza pilot training program, and while it's aimed at Bonanza and Baron pilots,
all of our flight training and a great deal of our ground training is geared toward operations. So flying, weight and balance, fuel consumption, getting the most out of your flight, aeronautical decision making, those things all are not specifically even Bonanza related. They could apply to any airplane.
if you're coming back after some years away, you'll find that many airplanes are now filled with advanced avionics and glass displays.
So what's different is the high technology panels that I'm flying now. It's a Garmin 500 with a GTN 750, so it's actually a lot easier, but it's been a little bit of a heavy lift learning the new equipment.
Ginter has been away from IFR flying for 15 years and is now transitioning to a B-36 Bonanza.
It's exactly the right way to get started. So, in fact, I have not flown a single hour in the Bonanza yet in the left seat, so I'm about to do that this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm paired up with Bill Hale from Colorado. He helps me learn how to make the boxes do every kind of instrument approach.
Probably going to be vectors, isn't it?
And we explore the edges of the Bonanza envelope I haven't experienced before.
Bank over. Now give it a good pull. See them just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And as soon as you relieve the pressure, it's out of the stall.
Bill Hale calls it an aviation boot camp or an aviation summer camp. We're all joined by a common love of aviation, our home lives, our vocations. It doesn't matter. We're here to all share in the fellowship of aviation, learn from each other, and hopefully improve the profession.
So, and Tom, it really was a tremendous experience to get that type-specific training. There are a few things I learned about the Bonanza that I didn't know before. For example, in recovery from a spiral dive, you actually push forward rather than pull back because the Bonanza wants to return to its trim speed so quickly. If you leave it alone, it'll overstress the airframe.
Yeah, that BPT training, they do a wonderful job, really experienced instructors. And just a very nice program. You do learn a lot. I've been to it several times, so I agree. You pick up a lot of tips, things that you didn't know about the airplane.
And the other thing that I've had a bit has been interesting is learning to adjust to the glass panel. It's after 40 years behind an attitude indicator where the bug sat on the line between the brown and the blue, to get used to the glass display where the brown is down below and the horizon line is a white line. It confuses me sometimes.
Right. Well, the airplane turns 45 years old this year, and she still flies great, but you're right, the panel looks nothing like it did when it left the factory in Wichita back in the day. So it brings a lot of great utility to the airplane, though, but you're right, there is a transition, takes a while to get used to it.
It does indeed, but now there's so much more information available in the cockpit than we ever had before. For anybody who's coming back in after being away for a few years, it is a wonderful change.
Yep, it is a great update, and actually got lots of new airplanes coming online that take advantage of that technology.